Tafuta hela mwanamke ajilete mwenyewe. Mm. Eh. Tafuta hela mwanamke ajilete mwenyewe. Best advice you can give any man. Start a business, get a job, get some money. Women will come. Hello, love. Hi, Jose. I'm folding my laundry as I do my live. You know, sometimes you don't have time to do everything. Then I go to work. At least my laundry will be folded. Hello, Diva guy. Let me know top 10 things. Top 10 things you guys do for your mental health. Hermosa mujer, saludos desde Miami. Oh, you're calling us, you're saluting us from Miami. Greetings from Miami. From Jose Torres. I'm learning a little Spanish. Oh, it's still very, I'm still not very good. Lang the sexy language of Espanol. You know, if you want to learn a new language, you can use Duolingo, the app Duolingo. That's how I learned Spanish, using Duolingo. Mm. One of those batteries to charge. Where? Why? Are you camping? Why don't you have a charging outlet? Yes, you thief guy, get an app, Duolingo. Learn a new language. That's how I learned Spanish a little bit. I can understand when I read some things. Dragon Master likes my smile. Awesome, awesome. I don't know why. I always have like my socks. Now I only have 3 of them. But this is what I do. I get like my socks, I only get black ones. Okay, this one needs to go. It's ripping apart. So I only like wear, like I can wear any one of them at any time. Okay. Because when you have different color socks and you start losing them, you won't find one. You cannot, I don't know which one is where. Yeah, there are more apps, I'm sure, that you can use. But that's basically, like for me, what I use. Um, you can use, these, like these days there's everything. These days there's everything. Like there's a lot of everything for everything. I don't know. What am I saying? What am I saying? I've had this thing for more than 10 years. The things that you have for, like, it says love. Lovey. Love. I have more than 10 years. I think it was one of the first things I bought when I came to the US, but I lost the pants. I don't know how I lost the pants. I think I went to visit somebody and I left the pants there. Well, sometimes that's how you lose your stuff when you're traveling. So what are the things that you guys do for your mental health? This is a mental health channel. We always want to keep you guys in the know about mental health. You know, what's the newest thing you learned about mental health? Maybe you learned about, for me, like the I'm a guru in mental health, but I always find that there's something new that I have to learn like over and over, or some lesson that I learned, but I never put it into practice. And when I put it into practice, it just opens up my life. Like for you, what is it? For me, the latest was like me stopping coffee, I stopped coffee a long time ago, but I was still taking tea. And then I realized if I take tea in the afternoon, I end up waking up around 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 1 a.m. And I stopped, and now I'm sleeping through the night. And, I have had problems sleeping, like waking up in the middle of the night for a long time. And that one switched everything, my whole night routine. Like, what's something new that you have learned? The, the Viva guy, you stay up all night doing what? Are you taking caffeine or any stimulants in the afternoon? Like every stimulant that you need to take it before 11 a.m. You know, whether it's sativa, whether anything that's stimulating you, but after that, don't take. Yeah, yeah, I don't like coffee either. To be honest, I stopped coffee. I now take tea. And I'm limiting tea to just like a cup here, like in the morning, because it can become a problem with your night sleeping cycle. And the body needs to sleep so that it can repair your body, it can repair broken things, so that it can store memories, it can do things. So a lot of times when people have things, yeah, like old age, they are getting sick, they are losing their memory, is because they haven't been sleeping well. um, so you need that sleep. What else? Oh, so what are you taking? What are you taking that's keeping you? So, Viva guy, I know you're joking, and a lot of people are, are joking about self-deprecating humor. But here in mental health also, we try not to bring ourselves low with humor. We always want to, you know, use humor that puts you up, because your brain is the most amazing thing you'll ever meet. I know you're joking. Yeah, that's what I say. I know you're joking. Um, don't do too much self-deprecating humor. No, our brain is the most amazing thing that there is on this planet. Everything amazing that we've created using our brains is just amazing. It's just a testament that the human brain is alive and conscious. Humor is medicine. Laughter is the best medicine. 100%. 100%. Just yesterday I was pondering on that, like, like medicine, like humor being so, because I am in the business world, and I'm always meeting people, and it's always like a serious engagement. Like there's no reason why I'm sitting there talking to anybody when there's no serious engagement. So, and sometimes I'm like, I just I take my headphones and I listen to comedy, and I start laughing, because again, when I'm interacting with people, I want it to be lighthearted, I want it to be fun. And I realize that if my internal state doesn't change, I'll bring that dragging energy. like to other people. So the way I try as a recruiter to stay up, like, is through humor. Like, I will listen to funny things during the day. Yes, yeah, hit that subscribe button. Keep subscribing. You know, my channel has grown really slow, and like it's very slow, but the thing is, for me, I have understood success principles. So I understand that slow is better. Like, this, like, slow is good. You don't wake up and you have, I mean, there are people who wake up one day in the morning and they have like 100,000 subscribers. Like, my subscribers have grown slowly over time. And I like to tell people, this is how most of life will work for you. Most of life will go slowly and then open up with time. So don't be discouraged. Don't say, I won't start something, I'm not gonna do something, just because you don't see that initial, like, things happening in the beginning. And that is like, if you listen to motivational speakers, they tell you, like, people like Abraham Lincoln, he tried things like 100 things and failed over and over and over, and he became the president who ended slavery in the US. Whoop-de-doo. You can fail, succeed, right? So you can always do that. Look at Donald Trump. He's gone bankrupt for so many times, over and over and over. And he's now the president. Um, you never know, right? Yeah, there are people who wake up one day, 6 months, they have like 180K, like, subscribers, just like that. And you're like, you start your channel and you're like, oh shoot, I'm barely getting 100 subscribers. And you're like, what the hell? That is how most of life works that way. Like, don't compare yourself with the outlier over here, the anomaly, that person, um, that but yeah, there are people who are out there. But if you think about a doctor, doctors have to, after they graduate like high school and they start college, they have another 10 years even before they can see a patient. And then they start seeing patient, and then they start making money and paying their student loans, and then you see them having a good life. And oh my god, they have, if especially is a male doctor, they have all these women around them. And because women follow money, and you're like, oh wow, he's very successful, but you don't see the grind. You don't see the grind before. People never show you the grind, the hard work. We only see them when they are shining, when they are there, boom, in the lights. We never see that. If you see somebody, let's say a successful person, let's say like Beyonce, she's a successful performer. She started when she was like 8, 6, 7, um, right? Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. I get now. And make sure you stay safe. Don't talk to people here on the internet if you are below the age of 18. Because if you're young, when you're young, there are so many people out here, predators looking for kids to corrupt your mind or to use you or to trick you. Grown-ups can trick kids, so don't tell people your age on the internet. uh, don't tell anybody where you live on the internet. Yeah, just don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them nothing. So if you think about successful people, like even Bill Gates, he started programming when he was 8 years old. So by the time he was let's say 16, he had already done it like 8 years. He had done 8 years of programming. Most teenagers that age do not even have experience in programming. Beyonce started dancing when she was 8 years old. Somebody like Michael Jackson, he started music when he was like 5 years old. So you can always see like the people who really start when they're very, very young, when their brain is kind of plastic, like highly plastic, and they are able to learn things quickly, they become world class. They become world class. Like Jimi Hendrix, when he started playing the guitar, he was very young. He was like 7 years old, right? He became a prodigy with the guitar. You know, Lisa Simone, she started playing the piano when she was a kid, like 7, right? Became world class at playing the piano. These people are outliers. Most people don't follow that when they are young. Like most parents don't invest in their kids' talents. Like, if your kid is drawn into music, some people will be like, okay, let him play whatever he wants to play. I don't care. I'll spend money on that one. Some parents don't do that. Like my parents had like what, 10 kids, and I was the fifth born. So they didn't have even money to invest in stuff. So stuff like that. Um, so don't compare yourself with the outlier, because the people who seem like, oh my God, they are so good, they also put in the time. They put in the time, but they did it way much earlier than you did, right? Um, I'm homeschooled. Actually, homeschooling, I use a lot of times people have like misgivings about homeschooling. I don't see a lot of problems with homeschooling. I really think it's actually better. I actually think homeschooling is better than going to public schools, because when you're homeschooled, you get to do other things, like you learn how to cook, you learn how to, to sew in your buttons on your shirt, you learn how to fix your car, you learn like normal things. When you're homeschooled, you will learn how to do your taxes. Um, Desert Explorer, hello. Jericho is still getting over his love life. Uh, yeah, Jesse, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, welcome back. So yeah, that goes. Don't compare yourself. Put in the work. Put in the work. There's one saying that tells men. Okay, there's this one song I was listening to. It's a Kenyan song. I'm from Kenya, and this lady is telling this guy that she doesn't want him because uh, he is broke, he doesn't have money, and she has worked so hard to help herself get out of poverty, and she is not going to, you know to be there to put up with his poverty. Like, she's like, no. And she's like, you go look for money, go look for money, whether work, start a business or something. And when you have money, women will find their way to you. Like, you know and that's the law of attraction. The law of attraction is, if you put yourself in a position where you have something somebody else wants, they will come to you. For example, when I want to buy shoes, I go look for people who have shoes and I buy shoes from them. And that is the law of attraction everywhere, right? If you want something, you align yourself. You have to align yourself with that thing so that you attract the other thing that draws the other thing. Like like if you have a magnet and you want north, you want to find north, go find the end of the magnet that says south, and north will come, right? Because that's how it works. uh I'm getting off. Okay, bye bye, love. I know you gotta go, we all gotta do business. I'm also, I have a few, I have some minutes here, and then I'll go to work. Bye, take care. I'll see you another time. Go to, I know you gotta go to school or something. Have a wonderful day. Go work on something meaningful for your future. You build your future every day with the small things, the little, like exercising, like playing the piano. You build your future every day, slowly, slowly. Like you can decide, what do I want in my future? Like make a wish. What do you want in your future? You probably want to, like for me, I do want to sing very well in my future. So I'm thinking about investing into some voice coaching, singing, just because I feel like when I hit like 60, 80, 100, there is something I want to do like every day that's nice. And singing is one of those things that I want to do when I'm older. I want to just sit there and sing when as I get old. I don't want to age like those old people who are like bitter and angry with life. Mm. You know, I don't want to age like that. I want to age singing. Yeah, no, no. I wanna. That's how I'm aging. Singing, dancing, moving. So I'm going to invest in a voice coach. Kind of like, I'm thinking about ahead about my mental health. I'm even thinking ahead because people who singing opens up every part of your body. Like if you sing and you want good mental health, if one thing I can tell you to do, if you want good mental health, start singing. Singing activates parts of your brain that other activities don't. Just singing. Da, 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 da. It activates so many other senses in your brain. It lights up your brain like you're high on cocaine, like a Christmas tree. It lights up your brain like a Christmas tree. And a lot of mental health people know this. That's why you find that in meditation, people chant. Chanting is a form of singing. La, 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 la. They chant, and that chanting is very good for the brain. So if at any age, kids that sing learn better in school. And I think that's probably the reason, like you find like some families, they're just bright people, they're very bright, is because they sing. They come home, they sing. Like it opens up your lungs, puts more air into your system. It makes you breathe better. It opens up, everything. So for me, that's what I want to invest in. You have to think about your mental health as an investment. you know Always investing in your mental health. um yeah, so what are the things that you are doing to help with your mental health? For me, those, like, stopping taking I stopped taking caffeine after 11 a.m. That way, from the afternoon going on the whole day, I don't take any caffeine. And then, I'm going to start taking singing lessons to open up my life. What are you planning for your mental health? Like, what are your goals for your mental health? Because you gotta have a plan when it comes to mental health. This is not something that you want to just learn the hard way. um, if you learn mental health the hard way, you will really learn. Uh, I don't want, you know what? I don't take money. To be honest, I don't take money from my viewers. I know this is counterintuitive, but I don't take money. I don't take money. The only time I take money is when people buy my class at posttraumaticbliss.com, because because you know, I work, it gets busy. I talk to people all day. Oh, my hair looks cute. Yeah. What am I? There's something I want to do. Okay, I need to buy some things on Amazon. Like I need a water jug. You think I would make a great couple with who? Which celebrity should I get married to? Huh? If I was to get married to a celebrity, who do you think would be a big match? Or are you saying like me and you would make a good couple? I don't even know who Gax Beatty is. Gaz Beatty is. Oh God, I have to look him up. Okay. I'm glad you didn't say Shrek, but I think in terms of personality, Shrek is actually like my type of guy. In terms of his kindness and his heart, Shrek like 100%. Like in terms of like the inner thing. I don't, okay, this is the thing though. I don't like blue eyes. I know a lot of people like blue eyes. I don't. And I don't. Like they look beautiful. But when I look at somebody with blue eyes, I'm not able to see them. Like I'm not able to see their soul. You know how the people say the eyes are the windows to the soul? Like it's kind of like when I see a cat, you know, have you ever tried to look at a cat in the eyes, and when you look at them, it's like you just don't know what that cat, like what that cat, like you can't see the brain of the cat. It's kind of like the cat, you know that there is life there in the cat, but you kind of like, um, I can't figure it out. Like that's how that's how I find people with blue eyes. Kind of like, I'm looking in your eyes, I'm looking, but I can't see you. I don't know. Um, he has lots. It's one thing for a guy to have lots of money, though. You can have lots of money, but what if you're stingy? What if, you know, a lot of men with money is just their money. Is his money and his money. You know, he has no plan to buy a house, to buy, to invest, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't need a new car. I need, at this level in my life, I need like a home. You know, at some point as a woman, like you have levels. Like I have a car. I'm okay with my car. These days it's like my needs are like my next thing is to buy a new house. So like, you know, like everybody has their level. Everybody has their level. Right now, I don't want to talk to any guy who is not thinking about like buying a home, investing in property, or starting a business. I just cannot. I cannot. I'd rather just live by myself, you know? Uh, like, yeah, because I have invested in myself a lot. Uh, yeah, basically, I need a guy who understands, like, for me, like, you see money getting out of your pocket, getting out of your bank account, and you be okay with it because women are expensive. We run the world. We are just expensive. For a woman to have a child, that child needs a house, a place to stay. It needs food. It needs whatever. And kids don't go to their fathers for those things. Kids go to their mothers for those things. You know, like if you give birth to a child, they come to you for, mom, I want a house, mom, I want a car, mom, I want this, I want that, I want that. So for me at this time, a man should look at me and seem like, should see me and see like, this woman, yeah, can you handle her? Can you make sure she has a whole roof under her head? Yeah, can you feed like 3 4 people, stuff like that, like I want somebody to look at me and see a huge big bill coming his way. Like they understand that I don't have to spell it out to them, like, you know he needs to see responsibility. You see me, you see responsibility and duty. I don't want you to look at me and see like a wife who cooks and clean, because I'm most likely not gonna do those things. I know. So I hear you educate me. The men who are looking to get a wife, they're looking for somebody who can cook, clean, take care of their kids for free. Are you guys really looking for those things? Because I think that's why I'll never get married or have kids, because I can't imagine doing those things for free. And even those even if those were my kids, I could not do it for free. I could not raise any children, even my children, for free. No. No. Like straight up, if a man is not providing for his kids, I'm leaving those kids with you. Like I'll tell the government that I don't want these kids, let them be with their father, and I'll go work and do my life. Like I cannot raise kids for free. I cannot stay at home with kids and you're not giving me money. And you're not bringing money on time. Like on time. Like I need 6,000 for this month. It's November, date 1, 6,000 right here, without fail. Like that's the only way I can deal with a man. It's the only way. So and it's the most mature way to deal with somebody. It's the only way. Like if you're a woman and you want a good life, that's the only way to to be healthy in a relationship. So I don't know. Can he do all those things, Jericho? Can he do all those things? Because I understand why I'm single. Huh? I understand why I'm single. I don't want to sacrifice my manicure, my pedicure for kids. It's real out there. And the reason why, and I know it's a lot of you, a lot of a lot of men feel threatened when women speak like this, but I want men to know that this is not a threat. This is not a threat for men. And well, I probably see the reason why it can be a threat. In Kiswahili, we have this saying that says, when the stupid person wakes up, the clever person is in trouble. Because when the stupid person is stupid, the clever person can take advantage of this person over and over and over, and there'll be no consequences because they were not woke, they didn't realize this. But and I think it has been the same with relationships between men and women. Men have always assumed that women will make all these sacrifices and be quiet about it and let life move on, and it's going to be at the expense of their health and their mental health and their well-being and their joy and happiness in life. And men have been okay with women making sacrifices in life at the expense of their happiness and health and mental well-being. But when women are waking up, it's obviously a threat to patriarchy and the way men have done things. Like women are saying now, you know what? I will not put up with poverty for you. And men are like, you will not put up with poverty? Now I have to have money and give you money? And the women are like, yeah. And I don't like this situation. You should always make sacrifices for your kids. You should always raise them for free. You should be the mother. You should always be self-sacrificing your mental health, your well-being for your kids. And women are saying, no, I'd rather not have kids. Why? Like, so that is where the society is getting right now. That, when the stupid woman wakes up, the clever man is in trouble because now he cannot take advantage of her anymore, because now she's calculating. So I guess when I'm saying these things, I'm not saying these things to be a threat to men, but it's going to be a threat because it's a threat to their comfort at the expense of a woman's happiness. Men have enslaved women for a long, long time in the name of wife, in the name of wife. You want that ring on your finger? You are in trouble. Because that means you get to cook for him, to clean for him for free. He doesn't pay you. He tells you it's your wifely duties. He has sex with you, gives you babies, and he's not bringing in home the bacon every day. If you don't do anything, he can threaten you with violence or being with another woman or taking money somewhere else. So women have been left a shell of themselves, living under patriarchy. That's why women like me are a big threat to patriarchy, because I'd rather have my nails done and do my hair and sleep from 10 to 4 a.m. without anybody bugging me, without having sex with nobody. I'm fine. I'm okay. Then I'll go to work and I'll come home and I'll look for some cats to feed, some stray cats. I'll adopt them and feed them and I'll be happy. Men don't want to hear this. It's a threat. it's, a, is a threat to their way of life, because I don't want to be used up like that, you know, used up, discarded, left with kids. I don't want to do that. So I guess when the stupid woman wakes up, the man is in trouble, you know. So um, in Somali, men are protesting the law that stops them from having sex with underage girls, like it stops them from marrying underage girls. They are protesting that law. Yeah, they wanna be able to have access to a woman whenever she is not fully smart yet, so that they can take advantage of her. They still want to have that access, because when a woman is young and she's not protected, she is vulnerable, and you can do whatever you want. Like, if that evil society allows that to happen, then there is no protection for her whatsoever, because that's how they've always done things. They get a 15-year-old woman and they marry her off to a man who is 45, 50, 60. Like, they don't care. They've always done that. This is where women have been. And it still goes on in so many other parts of the world. So that's why women like me are a threat to that form of system, because you find a woman like me in her 30s, don't want kids, don't want to get married, um, don't want the hassle. I just prioritize my own mental health. If I find a life partner that understands, like, my priority is me, and he is ready to prioritize me, that's okay. But I understand a lot of men don't want to do that. Like, they don't want to prioritize you. So I'm like, then I'm prioritizing me whatsoever. So um you know that is um this is that that's a very adulterated content. If I were you, Jericho, I'd really get some mental health help with healing sexual trauma. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Or get I know psychedelics can help with trauma, like a lot of it, like especially deep-seated sexual trauma. I had a case where this woman did some psychedelics, and one of the things that came out for her was she was feeling pain in her groin area. And the reason why she could feel it is because she had had sex, but she had not consented to that sex. Yes, she had it, but she had not consented to it. So, at a very spiritual level, when she was doing psychedelics, she could feel the trauma. And this is why it goes very, very deep into your nervous system, into your spiritual life, into everything in life. Like, you don't want to welcome anybody's energy, especially sexual energy, when it's not consensual, because it will go into your nervous system. It will come out as trauma. And when you do like these psychedelics, and I always say, when you're doing psychedelics, number one, don't go out foraging mushrooms in the wild thinking that you can do this. Please don't, because some mushrooms they can kill you quickly. Others can kill you so slowly that you will wish they killed you quickly. Don't forage mushrooms. If you're doing it, don't go drinking, smoking, doing other things, and then doing mushrooms. Like, some teenagers are stupid. They'll take some magic mushrooms, then they'll start driving. Then you can you can hit somebody, you could kill somebody, you can get into a whole host of trouble. Do it at home, where you're relaxed, you're not doing other drugs, you're not doing shit like that, or you do it under a therapist or somebody who is licensed to do psychedelic therapy, so that you get the enough benefits, but don't be stupid about it. Like, don't, I'm smoking, I'm drinking, I'm doing my, like, don't do that shit. Okay. But, hi, Bruce. Nice to see you, I love. But psychedelics can really awaken a lot of sexual trauma that we've been through, whether you've been assaulted, raped, molested, and it can help heal those things. It can even heal wounds like abandonment. Let's say you lost a parent when you're very young and you miss them the morning, you were not able to express that feeling to get out of it. I've had stories of people who've done that, and then they were able to tap into that emotion, bring it out, and heal it. It's amazing what psychedelics can do. Is okay, so the leading medicine that is used in pharmaceuticals is SSRIs, the serotonin reuptake. They help like reuptake serotonin, but psychedelics have one like 1,000 times better. 1,000 times, that's their potential. They're like 1,000 times better than weed, 1,000 times better than what do you call it, um, than SSRIs. So the reason I talk about this is to help people who are dealing with deep-seated trauma. You can use that. No, yeah. I mean, that was that. I don't want it to become a thing. um, I do mental health. I do mental health. Um, and I get we all try to cope with trauma differently. Sometimes we make fun of it. Sometimes, sometimes people like to make fun of it. But for me, I understand that part, but I also encourage to heal. Kind of like when I have back pain. I have back pain, and my therapist was telling me that I could tell you to go to do acupuncture, and you could sit there and you can do acupuncture. They could put needles on you, and then you might feel better for a while. But he was telling me, in the long run, the best thing that you can do is to strengthen your core so that you don't have to overwork your back. And when you strengthen your core, you will help your back. He was telling me, like, that's the long-term game. That's what you do in the long term, is that you help yourself um, by strengthening your body. The same way I say, like, when you're dealing with something like Jericho, you can make fun of a situation. You can make fun of a situation. It's fun in the moment. Um, to deal with it, but in the long term you want to heal it. You want to heal the pain. That's what you want to do. You want to tap into things like having high self-esteem, letting go, um, self-acceptance. In the long term, those, like, that is like strengthening your core and healing. Healing of any pain, letting it go, finding God, stuff like that. Eventually, that is what kind of like, I don't know, this hair will not behave this morning. Yeah, in the end, those are the things that work, like real solid mental health, real grounding. I know it's confusing because out there we have a lot of fake gurus. That's why I have this channel. For what it's worth, subscribe. You might learn solid, proven ways to get to take a hold of your mental health. If you want classes, go to posttraumaticbliss.com. Then you can have a consultation with me, and then we can start from there. And then we can, we can do life. We can figure things out. Especially we can talk about things, have a plan. I can show you solid ways to take hold of your mental health, things that I have done. I tell people, I don't compare myself with like other people. I compare myself with where I have come from. And I have come from very, very challenging situations. I tell people, I lost my parents when I was 7 years old. Very traumatic time. Most people don't make it, in life when such a traumatic thing happens. But for me to make it, my mental health broke me down and I had to rebuild it up, and I show people how to build themselves back again into a stronger version of themselves. Because in life, there is no room for weakness. Life can crush you, can leave you all bloodied and muddy. It's no joke. It's no joke. But when you have a mindset that is greater than your environment, when you have a mindset that is greater than your circumstances, that is usually the bridge that takes you from where you are here to where you want to be. And I show people how to get there, right? You can get there, but it depends on you, and it's all on you. So proven ways to get from where you are right now to where you want to be, go to posttraumaticbliss.com. This is especially for young people who are broke, who don't have $3,500 to invest in your coaching, because I didn't have that money when I was your age. When I was young, I did not have that money. But I'm hoping you can have $50. You can look around for $50 as a young person and invest in your mental health. If that's too much for you, I can tell you that mental health is a lot more expensive, But I'm not saying I'm going to solve all your problems. Is that I'm just going to show you how to get from here to here. But the hard work, you do it yourself. Yeah. But anyway, thanks guys for joining. We've had like a whole 1 hour of this morning, and thank you guys for helping me fold my clothes while we are chatting. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll just go back. Let me go to work, help other people get work, because I'm a recruiter. I'm one of those people who ask you, tell me about your life. Tell me, what do you see yourself in 10 years? I'm one of those people you meet and I'm like, are you serious about where you're going? Anyway, I'm not mean. I'm not too mean. I'm a nice one. Okay, well, I love you. God loves you. Take care.